It's rumored that the school's belle never eats rice. Each time the lunch hour arrives, she always slips away to a secluded corner. Because of this, a tale about her circulates through the school. They say she's a demoness with a torn mouth. If she opens her mouth, she'd become unspeakably hideous. To test this rumor, during lunch her classmates deliberately gather around the belle. They open their lunch boxes one after another, under the pretense of sharing, forcing her to eat rice in front of everyone. The belle hesitates, unwilling to open her lunchbox, claiming she's dieting. Then, hurriedly clutching her lunchbox, she flees to the rooftop. At that moment, I'm sitting on the rooftop, basking in the northwest breeze. Seeing someone approach, I instinctively hide. I don't want anyone to know I'm too poor to afford food. Unexpectedly, I accidentally witness the belle eating her meal. Curious, I stare at her intently, wondering if when she opens her mouth, she truly transforms into the demoness with a torn mouth as the rumors claim. The result is when she opens her lunchbox, I'm stunned. It's completely empty. No wonder she refuses to eat in front of her classmates. It turns out she doesn't want anyone to know she can't afford food, and she has to endure those malicious rumors. Her heart must be aching terribly. I'm shaken to my core. My legs give way and I stumble to the ground, hearing the noise. The belle, startled, snaps her lunchbox shut. Her voice trembles as she asks who's there. Embarrassed, I scratch my head and laugh, telling her not to be scared. It's me, your classmate. She grows even more alarmed. Have you seen what's in my lunchbox? I play dumb, laughing. What are you talking about? I was just napping. I didn't see anything. You definitely saw it. She's frantic, nearly crying. Please don't tell anyone. Seeing her so pitiful, I offer her the steamed bun I was saving for dinner. I'm full already. If you don't mind, take it. She turns away stubbornly, saying she's not hungry. Before she finished speaking, her stomach growls loudly. She's both embarrassed and angry. I firmly press the steamed bun into her mouth. Take it and eat. While talking, I learn she's a belle from a poor family. Her parents are gone. She survives alone by scavenging and working odd jobs, earning money for tuition. Her circumstances eerily similar to mine. I can't help but feel a pang of sympathy. After that, we become good friends, studying together, working side jobs together. Gradually, the seeds of love sprout between us. Before I know it, we become lovers. I thought those happy days would last forever, but a viral video shatters everything. Opening the video, I see a girl lazily leaning against a Rolls Royce. I'm shocked, unable to believe it. Isn't that my poor belle girlfriend? The video is barely a dozen seconds long. I watch it over and over dozens of times. I send the video link to her, but she doesn't reply. In the chat, I type and delete and type again, still unsure what to say. I want to ask her what's going on, hoping she'll explain it herself. Tell me it's all a misunderstanding, that deceiving me was a last resort. But before I can send a single word, I receive her message first. Just 3 cold words: let's break up. I'm stunned, my hands faster than my mind. Why, had enough fun. What about your stuff at my place? Throw it out, it's worthless anyway. I wander the streets lost in a daze, buying a bottle of strong liquor and chugging it down. Looking at the drizzling rain, my eyes sting, but I hold it in. I want to text her, but I hold that in too. Everything feels absurd and ridiculous. I was clearly saving up, planning to buy a house and put it in her name, because she always said her poor background left her insecure. For 3 years, were all those moments together fake? She says she's done playing and that's it. I lean my head against the taxi's window. The bumpy road makes my head thud against the glass. It's a struggle to get home. The cold wind hits me as I step out. My head spins even more. I simply sit on the curb, waiting to sober up before going upstairs. Not long after sitting down, a figure approaches, blocking the streetlight's glow. I look up and see Willow Serene. She wears a sleek black dress, her long hair in loose waves, adorned with expensive jewelry. She shines brilliantly, as if we're from 2 different worlds. She looks down at me. Why do you look so pathetic? Are you so reluctant to let me go? I quietly avoid her gaze, saying nothing. Her eyes are cold, like she's looking at a stranger. I've never seen her like this. Before she was always smiling, but when we were alone, she'd suddenly lean and hug me, and in a coy voice ask Big Brother, "Do you love me a little more today?" I'd always shake my head and say no. She'd tickle me, forcing me to change my answer. Now remembering it, my heart aches. I take a deep breath, suppressing the sadness in my eyes, trying to stay calm, asking why exactly. She doesn't answer, just waves her hand. A Maybach pulls up from the corner, stopping nearby. The car door opens, and a few people step out, including a girl with striking red hair. She walks straight to me and stops. "You broke Popper, do you remember who I am?" It takes me a moment, but I recognize her face from memory. Summer Joy, right? Of course I remember. I thought you'd forgotten. Summer Joy steps back, casually linking arms with Willow Serene. Her smug grin is just like it was for years ago. Back in my sophomore year to pay tuition, I worked hard as a tutor. Summer Joy was my first student. Her family was wealthy, but her grades were poor. She was playful the first session, she was well behaved, but by the second she started acting up. She tossed me 500 yuan, telling me to cover for her so she could skip class for parties. I didn't take the money or stop her, worried she'd get into trouble. I called her mother. Unexpectedly, the gentle mother I met was excessively strict with her daughter. Summer Joy got slapped and locked up. From then on, she hated me, coming to my school to harass me, screaming that I'd pay, demanding apologies. But as a tutor, when a student skips class, it's my duty to inform the parents. Her getting hit was beyond my expectations. I felt guilty, but I didn't think I was wrong. I simply ignored her existence. Later, she stopped showing up. I thought it was just a fleeting whim that she'd forgotten. I never expected to meet her again like this. Summer Joy studies my expression, seemingly realizing I've remembered. She smirks arrogantly, pointing at Willow Serene. "This is my sister, did you know? She was with you just to get revenge for me." Willow Serene frowns, about to say something but stops, remaining silent in the end. I understand everything, suddenly wanting to laugh, and I actually do laugh. I look up at Summer Joy. "Now that you've had your revenge, are we even?" Summer Joy freezes, as if she didn't expect my reaction. Hesitantly, she nods, saying, "We're even. I got my satisfaction, aren't you mad?" I shake my head, laughing louder. Why would I be mad? A loss is a loss, I accept it. It's nothing, I'm going home. Have fun, rich girls. I turn and walk away, climbing the stairs, vaguely hearing murmurs behind me. No way. This guy isn't even upset. Something's off. Sister Serene's charm failed. 3 years of love and haze, not even moved. I turn off the alarm the next morning, lying in bed staring at the ceiling. My mind's a mess. I barely slept last night. I search online for ways to get over a breakup quickly. The top answer suggests finding a job or reading books. I think for a long time on the sofa, unable to shed a tear. I stand up to pack, preparing to move. This 12-room apartment is a bit far from work. I rented it back then just for her. Now that we've broken up, it's time to leave. While sorting things, I realize Willow Serene's stuff is barely there, and most of it was bought by me. No wonder she said to throw it out, it's worthless. It's 4 a.m. before I get to bed. I turn off the light, tossing and turning. My phone screen flicks between apps, but I can't read a single word until the faint morning light slips through the curtains. The alarm rings and I, with dark circles under my eyes, crawl out to shower and change. I do some exercises, and my face regains some color. No longer looking like a ghost, I grab my bag, heading out to squeeze onto the subway as usual. Just as my hand touches the doorknob, there's a knock outside. I jump, peering through the peephole, seeing only a flash of red swaying. Hesitating, I open the door. Unexpectedly, Summer Joy rushes in, nearly falling. I freeze, frowning. "Why is it you?" Her eyes light up, like she's found a savior, shoving a pile of stuff into my hands. "I'm here to apologize. I'm sorry, I was wrong before. I was petty. You're generous, can you forgive me?" I step back, refusing to take it. It's a bunch of luxury brand bags, and one bag full of cash. "What do you mean by this?" Seeing my refusal, Summer Joy looks defeated. I really want to apologize sincerely. I stare at her for a few seconds. Did Willow Serene send you? She freezes, shaking her head no. It's not that Sister Serene doesn't know about this. Suddenly a male voice interrupts, cutting off Summer Joy stammering. I told her to come. I'm sorry. Brother Summer. A man steps out from the stairwell corner. He's wearing a mask, sunglasses covering his face, making it hard to see clearly. But his tall, well-built figure, dressed simply yet in high-quality fabric, stands out. He walks to Summer Joy's side, removes his sunglasses and extends a hand to me. Hello. I'm Summer Wisdom, Joy's older brother. I heard about how they messed with you. I brought her here specifically to apologize. Summer Wisdom is Summer Joy's brother. I'm a bit surprised, but thinking it over, it makes sense. Willow Serene and Summer Joy are friends, standing up for Summer Wisdom, all from wealthy families. Part of the same circle. Anything strange about it? But I still shake my head. You don't need to apologize. The fault lies with Joy. She's too childish. Willow Serene was dragged into this silly prank by her. Ultimately, I failed to raise my sister properly. An apology is only right. With that, he takes the bags from Summer Joy, not allowing refusal, and shoves them into my hands. A small gift bought on the way. Consider it a little compensation. Also, Willow Serene and I are getting engaged soon. I know you two were together for a while, but everyone knows it was just a misunderstanding. So I hope you won't bother her in the future. Is that okay? It's Willow Serene's wish. Brother Summer, even though you two broke up, now you know her true identity. Summer Wisdom nods, smiling casually. I don't know how he sees me, but in that moment, I feel like a clown with nowhere to belong. After the breakup, I was heartbroken. But before that, I never truly hated Willow Serene. I always thought even if the start was wrong, and the end was messy, those 3 years of being together day and night, she should at least know who I am. I didn't care if she had money or not, nor would I throw away my pride to cling to her for wealth. Summer Wisdom's smile remains polite, as if he doesn't notice my changing expression. He asks again, Brother Summer, you can do that, right? Rest assured we've broken up. I won't reach out to an ex anymore, whether she's rich or not. So take these things back. I don't need them. With that, I place the bags at Summer Wisdom's feet, but he doesn't even glance at them, smiling and saying they're just trifles, worthless. If Brother Summer doesn't like them, just throw them out. His light tone is exactly like Willow Serene's, seemingly without malice, yet it makes you feel utterly humiliated. It reminds me of Willow Serene's birthday, when I worked tirelessly scrimping and saving, presenting gifts that in her eyes were cheap, like offering treasures before her. Back then in her eyes I must have been laughable. Soon I'll leave this city. My company boss promoted me, sending me to manage a branch in another city. Before leaving at the farewell party, my foodie friend insists on hot pot. We return to the area near our old university, to the hot pot place we used to frequent as students. Unexpectedly, he drinks too much, runs to the next table shouting at a guest, pretty lady, I see you and you're just like that heartless girl. My head aches. I rush over to pull him back, apologizing profusely to the table he disturbed, but someone calls my name strong. What a coincidence! I freeze, realizing it's Summer Joy speaking. A bad feeling rises in my chest. Summer Joy is here. I stiffly turn my head, and sure enough, Willow Serene is sitting near the exit. My foodie friend still stubborn points at her. You girl, you're truly heartless, forcing people to look at you. You'd better do good deeds for the rest of your life. Best shave your head and become a nun. Maybe you can atone for those you've hurt. Willow Serene pointed at directly shows no expression, just staring at me. Their table of four falls silent. I'm so embarrassed my scalp tingles, regretting not stopping him from that last beer. It takes effort to drag my struggling foodie friend out of the restaurant. Sitting on the curb, I'm exhausted, sweating profusely. While calling a cab, I try to calm him. Ancestor, calm down a bit. He looks at me for a moment, suddenly sniffling. Old Summer, abandoning your brothers for a girl. Do you still see me as a friend? This drunk guy's eyes are red, clutching my sleeve, wailing pitifully. Two guys tugging at each other were quite a spectacle. Passers-by keep glancing over, but I know my foodie friend truly sees me as a brother. My nose stings too. I want to find a tissue to wipe his tears, but I can't find one in my pockets. Use this! A familiar voice comes from behind. A pale hand offers a pristine handkerchief. I don't take it. Using my sleeve to wipe the tears off my foodie friend's face, the person retracts their hand, saying calmly, "You've blacklisted me." I ignore her, focusing on confirming the cab details, helping my foodie friend to the curb to wait, but she follows, grabbing my sleeve. I yank my arm free, finally unable to hold back my anger. "Willow Serene, are you crazy? You've said enough. You wanted to break up. You told me not to bother you. Now what are you doing for no reason?" She's pushed back by my force, her brows tightly furrowed, finally saying just 3 words, "I'm sorry," but I only find it laughable. "Willow Serene, don't you think this apology comes too late?" Seeing me laugh, she frowns. "If you're upset, yell at me. Don't be like this, don't." I was a bit upset, but now I really don't care. 3 years, even a pet would grow on you, but you're not worth it. You're truly not worth it. So now I only feel lucky. Breaking up early, freed early. My phone buzzes. The driver's calling. Seeing the taxi stop by the road, I turn off the screen and walk away, hoping we never meet again. Back home, I get a friend request. No profile picture, no note. The message is just 3 words, "I'm sorry." I easily guess who it is. Ignore it, but the other side is oddly persistent, switching between several accounts. Messages ranging from handsome, let's chat, to recruiting micro-business agents. And even "I'm your boss, new number, add me." Finally seeming to realize they can't fool me, they give up, writing directly, "I'm sorry. I really know I was wrong. Can you give me a chance to explain?" I only find it fun, replying to the last message. Explain what? That you're a liar. Explain how you played both sides. Want a peaceful breakup? Then invite me to your wedding with summer wisdom. This time the other side finally goes silent. At the Shenzhen branch, someone picks me up at the airport, holding a sign with my name, long hair flowing over her shoulders. A cool, striking presence, standing out among the girls waiting for idols at the airport. Looking particularly out of place. "Hello, Strong." She extends her hand high. "Field quiet manager of the Shenzhen planning department." My heart skips. The manager named Field Quiet. Hearing the name, I'm slightly stunned. I thought the company would send an assistant to pick me up. Field Quiet explains the assistant's on leave. Her cat at home is giving birth. Taking leave for a cat giving birth. Is the branch's vibe that relaxed? I'm a bit surprised. She smiles, leading the way. "Exactly. Convenient for slacking off. You won't regret coming here." I'm amused too. A breeze seeming to blow through my heart, easing the tension of being far from home. On the way to the hotel, Field Quiet briefly introduces the branch situation and the work it'll take on. The workload isn't small, but it's manageable to start. It just takes time to get used to new colleagues. At the hotel after check-in, I plan to find a place to live once work settled, but Field Quiet mentioned on the ride, there's a big exhibition coming up. Very busy, and since I arrived a few days early, I don't start until next Monday. Might as well use these days to sort out housing. Just as I contact an agent to go out, a message from my foodie friend pops up. "Old Summer. Willow Serene came to me, asking if you moved and where you are now." I frown, thinking my attitude yesterday was clear enough. I really don't understand why she's clinging like this now. Is it her pride acting up? Because I don't care. Making her feel her charm's been underestimated. I send a voice message, firmly saying no matter what she asks, don't say anything, just say "I didn't tell you anything." But she was drunk, maybe even crying. She said she approached you initially because of summer joy, but later being with you, she genuinely fell for you. She wanted to find a chance to explain and reveal her identity, but feared hurting you, so she hesitated. She didn't expect you to see that video first. She said a lot more. I can't remember it all. You really want to hear her out? No need, there's nothing to explain. Willow Serene's getting engaged to Summer Wisdom. Her business has nothing to do with me. My foodie friend shouts, "My God, Getting engaged and still messing with you. Is she sick? Today at my place, she took the hits and insults without fighting back. Playing the pity card, I almost thought she was genuinely sorry. I nearly fell for it. Pretty but truly rotten. Old Summer, what's your plan? Find someone to expose her. I can't swallow this anger. After he calms down, I say no need. We've broken up, no need to tangle further, just ignore her. Alright, I'll keep my mouth shut. No way I'll let her bother you. By the way, how's it going there? Is the South hot? Anything special? Settling in at the company, okay, colleagues nice. It's a bit hot but manageable. I arrived early, haven't started at the company yet. The department manager personally picked me up at the airport. Seems like a good person. My foodie friend instantly gets wary. The manager picked you up, man or woman. Could be a middle-aged lady. I knew, planning some unspoken rule. I burst out laughing, don't talk nonsense. The branch is young, the manager's just a few years older than me. The assistant's on leave, no replacement. So she came herself. Young and already a manager. Impressive, how's she look? Pretty, really pretty. His question makes me recall. At the airport, her standing with the sign in the crowd. Indeed, drawing quite a few glances. Worried about my mood. My foodie friend rambles on, only hanging up reluctantly when I urge him to get to work, telling me to find him if I'm upset. I laugh, grumbling, got it, don't act like an old grandma. After hanging up, my heart feels warm. This afternoon I need to look at houses. I grab my bag to get lunch. Adding the housing agent's WeChat that Field Quiet recommended. Their efficiency is high. I send my requirements, and they quickly pick out 6 or 7 places. Scheduling an afternoon viewing. To make commuting easy, the goal is near the company. As expected, a single room, 20 square meters. 1900 yuan excluding utilities. Kitchen right by the bathroom. Washing machine squeezed next to the stove. After looking around, a secondary bedroom in a shared apartment seems best. 60 square meters, a bit far from the company, but a 1-kilometer walk. The main bedrooms rented, the secondary is 18 square meters with a private bathroom. Kitchen and living room are shared. Rents 1500, the place clean and tidy, with great lighting. Am immediately sold. Just worried the other tenant is female. A man and woman living together sounds thrilling, but in reality it's all trouble. The agent insists it's a great deal, hard to find if missed. And the other tenant is great, definitely not a flaky girl. The previous roommate changed jobs and moved out, leaving it vacant. The place is truly ideal. So after hesitating, I follow the agent's advice, waiting for the other tenant to get off work to meet them. When the agent gets word, the tenant's back. The door opens and Field Quiet walks in carrying a bag. Only then do I realize why on the phone. Field Quiet had the agent's contact. The roommate who changed jobs needing a coordinate was her. Field Quiet size exactly. You also want to live near the company, right? Right. The agent standing between us looks at me, then her. Confused, you to know each other. What a coincidence. We both laugh wryly, quite a coincidence. But even so, I ultimately don't choose to live with Field Quiet. A man and woman living together is awkward enough. And with the layer of being colleagues, it's unbearably uncomfortable. I believe Field Quiet feels the same. Bidding the agent goodbye, I take a cab back to the hotel, planning to spend another day tomorrow, checking out other places the agent recommended. But I didn't expect Willow Serene to show up. The hotel I'm at was booked by the company. Even my foodie friend doesn't know the exact address. So in the hotel lobby, seeing Willow Serene lazily lounging on a sofa playing with her phone, her beauty drawing constant glances. I'm stunned. Is she here for me on purpose or just a coincidence? Either way, I really don't want to deal with her anymore. So raise my hand to cover my face, trying to slip through the lobby. But I accidentally bump into someone. A middle-aged man, slightly chubby, reeking of alcohol, leaning on the counter lighting a cigarette. Bumping into him, his lit lighter grazes his forehead, burning a lock of hair. Flames flare up. He yelps, stumbling back. Drunk, his reactions are slow. When he looks up at his hair, He even locks eyes with me. Only when the smell of burnt hair fills the air does he snap out of it, frantically patting out the fire, then throwing the lighter to the ground. Can't you watch where you're going? Sorry, I didn't see, don't curse. Am this big and you say you didn't see, are you blind? His shouting draws the attention of the entire lobby, including of course Willow Serene. I'm not good with drunk people, especially a middle-aged man who looks too much like a figure from a nightmare. In this situation, my palms sweat unconsciously. I want to run but can't, so I just keep apologizing until someone rushes over, using their body to shield me from the drunk's curses. Are you just going to let him curse me like this? Looking up, I meet Willow Serene's pained eyes, tinged with a hint of grievance. Even if you want to avoid me, at least let me explain first. Before I can speak, the cursing drunk gets angrier. Who's this chick butting in? Nosy enough to die. Can you shut up for a bit? Isn't it just about compensation? Is this enough? Willow Serene's eyes turn cold, yanking off the watch on her wrist, tossing it into the drunk's arms. The million-yuan watch shuts him up, but I can't let her act recklessly. We've broken up. There shouldn't be any entanglement, so I can only suppress my emotions. Step past her to the drunk. I'm sorry, I don't know this person. Please return her watch for your burnt hair. Name your price, I'll pay. I don't have cash, but I can pay via WeChat QR code. To prove, I'll cover it. Willow Serene's brows tighten, her eyes heavy with emotion. Strong, what are you doing trying to cut ties with me like this? Willow Serene, we've broken up, but I don't want to break up with you. There are things I can't tell you yet, but I can promise. I'm absolutely not marrying Summer Wisdom. Give me some time, okay? I'll cancel the engagement with him immediately. No need. Strong, can you stop making a scene? The drunk's friend, seeing us argue, finally senses something's off, stepping in to pull him away. But we've already drawn a crowd of onlookers, some sneaking peeks at the drama. I turn to leave, but someone grabs my arm. Can't you give me one more chance? I know I lied to you, but I came here to apologize. I know I was wrong. Can't you forgive me just once? 3 years of feelings and you just let go. Is your heart made of stone? Her eyes are red, ignoring the stares, gazing at me intently. This is the first time since the breakup she's faced me like this. I have so much I want to say, but in the end I say nothing. Just pry her fingers off my arm, one by one, pulling away, saying, Willow Serene, we're not from the same world. I turn and step into the elevator, not looking back the whole way. So I don't know how she reacted to those words. Back in my hotel room, I get a text from an unknown number, just for words. But I can't bear it. Can't bear what it doesn't say. I look at it for a moment, then delete the message. I officially start at the company 3 days later. I was a bit nervous, worried about meeting new colleagues, unsure how to fit in. But after finishing onboarding, HR leads me to the office, only to find it empty. Where is everyone? Shouldn't they be in the office at this hour? HR is puzzled, clearly not expecting this. They quickly call Field quiet, then tell me, Manager Field is in a meeting with the editor-in-chief. Everyone else is at the exhibition site. Just wait here a bit. When Manager Field returns, she'll take you over. I not understandingly. Offsite events are the most hectic, especially a big car exhibition like this, with lots of small tasks. It's normal for the whole department to be out. I find my desk and sit, organizing my things while waiting. But within 5 minutes, someone bursts in, boss, there's trouble at the site. Please come save us. Otherwise Little Snow will. It's a tall, skinny guy with glasses, very pale skin, seeing only me in the office. He stops mid-sentence, frozen in place. Who are you? I'm Summer Strong, new employee. I know you're the big shot transferred from headquarters. In promise, great, but man, you're really handsome. Actually, I was supposed to pick you up at the airport, but my cat was giving birth, so I couldn't go. Oh, do you like cats? Promise Great casually sits next to me, but the next second he jumps up. No, I can't sit. I need to find the boss to get to the site. There's trouble there. Strong, do you know where the boss went? The boss is our manager. Field quiet. I don't know where she is, but I heard she's meeting with the editor-in-chief. We're screwed. Promise Great groans, clearly stressed out. It's definitely Chief Editor Fox. He's the pickiest, talks forever, bad temper. Every time the boss meets him it takes at least half a day, and he doesn't allow interruptions. What do we do now? Seeing him like this, I can't bear it. Asking what happened at the site. Promise Great explains. And I understand the situation. A young planner from our office got into an argument with the workers at the site. The cause was the workers misreading the blueprints, installing the wrong billboards for 2 car brands, requiring a redo. But the workers feel, since the 2 areas are the same size, there's no need to reinstall. In reality, though the areas are equal, the distance to the entrance varies greatly, and the booth fees the brands pay differ. During the discussion, things escalated, turning from a debate into a full-blown argument. Now the lead worker is striking, but the site's progress can't be delayed. I think for a moment, then say to Promise Great, how about I go with you to the site? If dealt with similar situations before, maybe I can help. Really? Promise Great's eyes light up, thanking me profusely. The venue isn't too far from the office, but not close either. 20 minutes by subway, plus a few hundred meters walk. When we arrive, we see the workers sitting on the ground, none lifting a finger. A young guy in a dress shirt, holding a fan, stands at the entrance, face full of work. I know instantly. This must be Little Snow, the colleague Promise Great mentioned. The venue is vast. As Promise Great and I walk in, we naturally draw everyone's attention, but the lead worker on strike only glances at us. Warning! No matter how many of you show up today, it's useless. We can't take this insult. Pay us for the past few days, and we'll leave immediately. Little Snow, hearing this, stands up frustrated, about to speak again. I quickly signal Promise Great to hold him back, then step up to the lead worker. Hold on, Uncle too. When did you come to Shenzhen? Why didn't you tell me? The worker freezes, seemingly not expecting my words. Kid, don't just call me that. I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm Summer Strong, at my cousin's wedding 2 years ago. Didn't we meet back home? The worker still frowns, but his tone softens slightly. You've got the wrong guy, kid. I really don't know you. Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, uncle. You look so much like my uncle too. Plus, being alone in a new city, I'm a bit homesick. It's fine, no need to apologize. The worker's expression softens. Waving it off, I speak up. Here's the thing, uncle, I'm the new person in charge. I heard from my colleagues you don't want to continue this job. Can you tell me what's going on? You're asking me what's going on? His face sours at the mention. Didn't your colleagues say it had to be done in a week? Tomorrow's the last day. Now that it's done, they want us to take it down and redo it. How can we finish in time? They drag out lunch breaks, not letting us rest. We're human too. No rest, how can we work? His tone isn't friendly, but at least he's not refusing to talk, getting a sense of the issue. I breathe a sigh of relief, so that's it. Then this is indeed their mistake. Forget whether the work gets done. No rest at noon, where's the energy to work? Seeing me agree with him, the worker looks grateful. Exactly, kid. We're not unwilling to work. Mainly everyone's hungry and can't keep going. I think for a moment, then say, how about this? Well, order lunch for you all, uncles. After you eat, take half an hour to swap out that billboard. The worker's eyes light up. He quickly confers with his crew behind him. Without much hesitation, he nods. That'll do. The matter settled. Promise Great deftly calls to order food, arranging for lunchbox delivery. As we step outside to wait for the food, he excitedly asks Strong, "You're really something. How'd you do it? Before you came, we talked to them endlessly, tried every approach, but nothing worked. How'd you get them to agree so quickly?" I smile and explain communication isn't hard. It's about understanding each other. The car exhibition venue is in an upscale convention center. Skyscrapers rise like a forest around it. Malls and entertainment hubs are everywhere, bright and bustling. But for these workers, this place feels alien. The high rent has driven out most small eateries. They don't know how to use food delivery apps. Busy all morning. They'd have to go far to find an affordable place to eat. So they refuse to cut their lunch break short. It's not that they didn't want to work, but they couldn't. If their break was shortened, they'd have nowhere nearby to eat. They genuinely go hungry. Promise Great puzzled asks. But strong if they're struggling with food. Why not just say so? Ordering takeout isn't a big deal. Because they care too much. They sell their labor to get by. With little education. No longer young. In this fast-evolving era, everything races toward newer, better things. They feel left behind, stuck in place. Yet they always feel uneasy, unable to fit in. People are like that. The more they care, the more sensitive they become. Their stubborn, baffling persistence often stems not from strength, but from insecurity. As my words settle, Promise Great hasn't yet responded when someone behind us speaks. But sometimes the people or things that make us feel inferior aren't worth clinging to. I turn around and see Field Quiet striding from the convention hall. She moves swiftly like the wind, clearly just arriving. The welcome dinner is held near the company. Field Quiet treats everyone to Chongqing hot pot. Thanks to the day's incident, my colleagues already know the big shot. Besides Promise Great, whom I've met, there's Little Snow, the operations guy, a chap named Chen who's an editor, and another named who handles content. Since we're all close in age, we get along better than I imagined. After 3 rounds of drinks, the atmosphere at the table grows lively. Little Snow stands raising a glass, his face mischievous, thanking Handsome Strong for stepping in, saving my sorry hide. And if I'd known the big shot from headquarters was such a good-looking guy, I'd have gone to the airport to pick him up myself. Promise Great bursts out laughing. Strong, ignore him. Little Snow's the queen of charmers, falling for any handsome face. Little Snow exposed isn't annoyed, grinning and retorting, what about me? Sister Field's the outrageous one, hiding his profile from us, then going to the airport herself to pick up the hot guy. That's what you call smitten. Nonsense. The boss went because I took leave, and we couldn't find a replacement, so she had to go. It's not like you. How's it not the same? We're both smitten. You can't favor her just because she's prettier than me. The group laughs and teases, clearly tight-knit on normal days. Quiet holds her own in the banter, and Little Snow quickly loses ground. Half joking, half pleading, boss, tell the truth. Did you see his profile? And decide to go pick him up yourself. Hearing his question, the others join in the teasing. I look up and unexpectedly lock eyes with Field Quiet sitting across from me, but she only smiles, with no intention of explaining. With the exhibition opening soon, online promotion and on-site brand coordination are at critical stages. For the promotional video, Field Quiet leads editor Chen, spending days either shooting footage at the site or back at the company, editing running between both places. Meanwhile, I lead the rest of the team at the site, dealing with all sorts of unexpected issues in unimaginable ways. Everyone's so busy their feet barely touch the ground. That welcome dinner becomes a rare day in 2 weeks when the whole team gathers. Plus mid-month, Shenzhen's heat keeps rising, humid like a net, sapping everyone's energy. So even though work progresses smoothly and we could eat out at noon, nobody leaves the air-conditioned break room, ordering takeout again. While waiting for food, Promise Great sits beside me, scrolling on his phone for a bit, then suddenly exclaims excitedly, "Everyone check Weibo. My goddess is engaged." He shoves his phone in front of me. I see clearly the trending topic on the screen, labeled with a hashtag Summer Wisdom and the Fung Group heiress. A private engagement. I freeze, momentarily speechless. Promise Great, thinking I don't know them, eagerly explains Strong. You don't know these two. Didn't you see the hot news a few days ago? This couple's adorable. She's a rich heiress, but she's loved Summer Wisdom since childhood. Sadly chasing him for years, she was only seen as a sister. The heroine, furious, left her wealthy family, relying on no one, working hard, not only earning a degree, but starting her own company. Then she returns stronger than ever, showing up at an event to support her idol. The little sister from back then is now a dazzling beauty. The idol finally falls for her, accepting her feelings. This is what you call a sweet love story. So that's how their story looks to others. I don't know what to say. Just forcing a smile, feigning disinterest in such gossip. Little Snow opening a water bottle chimes in. You fool! What sweet love, it's all fake. Pure entertainment business. Real love doesn't exist here. Only a dope like you would believe it. I have a friend in marketing who says these two aren't what they seem. The earlier hot news was a stunt too. Summer wisdom to boost his company's buzz. Hired people to post and steer public opinion. The heroine didn't even want the engagement. Completely forced into it. Due to family pressures, she couldn't break free. Promise great gapes, don't talk nonsense. I'm telling the truth. Believe it or not. The two bicker back and forth, but somehow can't avoid that person. I just feel the break room stifling. Standing to step outside for air, but I bump into Field quiet coming in with coffee. Seeing me, she hands over a cup, smiling, had lunch yet? I shake my head, takeout hasn't arrived. Why not eat out during lunch break? It's too hot outside, too lazy to go. Why not stay in the air-conditioned break room? It's too stuffy in there. This excuse is lame. Even I feel a bit guilty. Field quiet doesn't call me out. Placing the coffee on a tray for everyone to grab. Smiling, it just so happens I find the room stuffy too. How about we wait out here for a bit? Honestly, I just want to be alone. Not in the mood for small talk. But she's being kind, and it's hard to refuse. The iced coffee's a bit bitter. My stomach's empty, so I don't dare drink much. Muttering a complaint. Field quiet hears it, and unexpectedly pulls out a few candies from somewhere, placing them in my palm. The candy wrappers are colorful, the kind with shiny metallic packaging from back then, but in my hand they're all red. And red's my favorite color. How does Field quiet have these candies? And how does she know? Catching my surprised look, Field quiet suddenly smiles, but her expression carries a hint of resignation. You sneaky kid. Forgot me completely, huh? If I'd known I owed you candy, I wouldn't have paid you back. Her tone and familiar way of addressing me finally stir my memory. You're that shorty who got bullied back then. When I was 8, I lived at your house. That year my parents divorced, each starting new families. You pitied me with no one to care for me, and took me into your home. You and your mom were the kindest people ever. They took great care of me, but no matter how kind, there was still a barrier. My cousin got scolded for messing up, ran away from home, got yelled at by his parents for wanting a phone. But even so, he never lacked for anything he wanted. I was always jealous. When I missed my parents too much, I'd skip school, slipping through the broken school fence, wandering the streets. On one of those truancy days, I met the shorty. She was curled up in a corner, wearing a delicate dress yet balled up tight. Nearby were some aggressive stray dogs. I was scared too, but I grabbed a stick and charged at the dogs. Strays bully the weak and fear the strong. I scared them off. I hurriedly helped her up, asking if she was okay. She said she was fine, just too hungry to outrun the dogs. She looked so pitiful, her stomach growling loudly. After some thought, I shared half the candies I'd saved up for ages. Her eyes lit up, devouring them eagerly, then swearing to repay me, promising to buy me even more candy. Before parting, she asked where I lived, what my name was. I told her my name, but when it came to my address, I thought of something else. Your parents didn't know I was skipping school, let alone that I'd made a new friend. If she showed up with candy, wouldn't everything come out? So I lied, saying I lived near the school, in the tallest house. Anyway, I went to school every day. We'd surely meet again. After that, we became friends. She told me about her parents' fights, the new game her deskmate played. I told her I missed home, urged her to study hard, to ignore others' gossip. But then your family moved for work, and I moved too. I never imagined meeting her again like this. I'm surprised and a bit amused, asking how do you recognize me? No, it's been so long. How do you still remember me? Field Quiet's expression is complex. Explaining, don't you remember? I said I'd repay you. After that day, I saved every penny to buy you candy. I smashed my piggy bank, ran to every supermarket and corner store nearby. But when I wanted to give you the candy, I realized you gave me a fake address. So every day at school, I cleared my bag of books, carrying a backpack full of candy to find you. But then my teacher caught me, told my mom, and I got a terrible beating. The candy was thrown out too. I cried for days. Tell me, how could I forget you? I had no idea. That meeting back then had such a backstory. I feel a bit guilty. Stifling a laugh to apologize, sorry. I moved after that. No way, that hurt me too much. I can't forgive you easily. Then call the cops. Field Quiet, caught off guard by my retort, freezes. Then bursts into laughter. Her smile is bright and open, dissolving much of the gloom weighing on me these past days. Bringing the takeout back to the break room, unexpectedly. The tense atmosphere from earlier has completely shifted. Just moments ago they were arguing fiercely, but now promise great. And Little Snow are huddled together, staring intently at a phone screen. This is probably a PR crisis now. It's over, the page crashed, won't load. Log out and try again. They're so focused. Even when Field Quiet and I enter, they only give a quick greeting. Field Quiet asks, what's got you to so engrossed? Little Snow frantically refreshes a few times, but it doesn't work. So she looks up to explain, big drama, check it out. Wasn't Summer Wisdom's engagement just announced? All the marketing accounts were hyping it, but now someone's leaked that a fight broke out at the engagement. I frown instinctively, asking, what do you mean? No one's clear on the details, but a paparazzo sneaked in, caught the chaotic engagement scene. They say the heroine had no idea about the engagement, completely forced into it, tricked into showing up. After realizing what was happening, she flipped out on the spot. Then the heroine's sister started a fight. The video's pretty blurry, plus it was filmed from too far away, so there's no audio at all. But Summer Wisdom's a celebrity, easy to spot. And with that expensive suit, every hair perfect, exuding handsomeness, he stands out in the video. The video starts recording as Willow Serene pushes open the hall doors. The venue's lavishly decorated, everyone in suits and gowns. So when Willow Serene in casual clothes pushes the door and steps in, she instantly draws most eyes. Summer Wisdom steps forward to greet her, but she dodges him. Then with an irritated expression she questions something, but the exchange seems to go poorly. Willow Serene's face hardens, knocking over a board with their joint photo. Then Summerjoy rushes out, grabbing Willow Serene's hair. The scene descends into chaos. Security steps in, the sneaky filmmaker gets caught. The video cuts off abruptly. Promise Great's tone is mournful, so tragic. My favorite couple, together for barely an hour before falling apart. And some say Willow Serene's had a boyfriend for a while, met during the big pandemic, even lived together. Everyone says he's a freeloader, but now she's causing a scene at the engagement for him. God, my goddess is so confused. What do you mean for him? Little Snow cuts in, promise great, you're too naive. Rich heiresses like her play around a lot. How could she love just once? To me, she's a proper bad girl. Not done playing, so she doesn't want to get engaged. What's with all the excuses? Sister Field Strong, what do you think? Field Quiet says without the full picture. No comment. I really don't want to join this conversation. Just shaking my head. After work back home, I should have cleaned the room first. But looking at the mess of stuff, big and small bags my foodie friend sent, unopened cardboard boxes, I feel lazy. The essentials are already out. The rest can wait, no big deal. Thinking that, I ignore it, out of sight, out of mind, and shower first. Stepping out in a towel, I noticed several missed calls on my phone from an unknown Shenzhen number. Maybe it's a delivery. With that thought, I call back. It's the hotel I stayed at. The receptionist says someone sent a package to me with the wrong address. To the hotel. They can't reach the sender, so they're asking for my current address to have a courier deliver it for me to handle. Who'd send me something and mess up the address to the hotel? Could my foodie friend have mixed it up? Though I'm unsure what it is. It's inconvenient to trouble them. So to the receptionist, I give my current address and contact info, telling the courier to call when they arrive. After hanging up, I ask my foodie friend if he sent anything to the hotel for me. He denies it, annoyed. I then message Field Quiet, asking if the company mixed up my address and sent documents. After all, when I first arrived in Shenzhen, the company booked the hotel, but Field Quiet says she's unaware of any such thing. I can only keep waiting. Finally, after half an hour, the courier's knock comes. Without thinking, I open the door, but it's Willow Serene outside. She's dressed in black, wearing a baseball cap, carrying a large suitcase. Her bangs pressed down by the cap cover her eyes slightly. Her whole figure stands in the hallway's dimness, her lips faintly red. I recall the video scene, Summer Joy pulling her hair, and frown. Why is it you? Did you bribe the hotel to get my address? But she shakes her head no. They didn't tell me. So I sent a package to the hotel, told the courier to drop it and to see how they'd handle it. And sure enough, they called you, and while looking for the courier, I overheard the address. This experience is so bizarre. For the first minute after hearing it, I'm torn between reporting her for harassment or praising her cleverness. But as I'm organizing my words to tell her to leave, she closes her eyes and falls straight into me. Startled, I catch her quickly. Her cap falls off. Under the house's lights, I see her face is unnaturally red. Her wrist, which I just touched, is alarmingly hot. She's running a fever. She lies on the rug still trying to get up. Maybe the high fever makes her eyes red and teary, her voice hoarse, muttering something. I lean closer to hear clearly. She says, "I'm sorry. I was wrong," as I'm unsure how to handle her. Urgent footsteps echo in the hallway. Then, Field Quiet appears at the door panting. "Strong, are you okay? You didn't answer your phone. I heard there's been a delivery scam around here." Through the half-open door, Field Quiet sees Willow Serene unconscious on the floor, then looks at me kneeling beside her, hesitantly changing her tone. "What's going on?" I quickly explain. "I left my phone charging in the bedroom, so I didn't hear it. It's not a delivery scam. Sorry for making you come all this way for nothing." Field Quiet shakes her head. "It's fine. I was just overthinking, worrying too much." Helping me lift Willow Serene onto the sofa, Field Quiet prepares to leave. If there's nothing else, I'll head out. I see her to the door, but as she steps out, she turns back asking, "Can I be nosy and ask, who is she to you?" She's clearly talking about Willow Serene, but an ex showing up out of nowhere is always a bit odd. I don't want personal matters to become office gossip, so I lie. A cousin's sister fought with her parents, ran away from home. Field Quiet glances at the suitcase by the door, as if relieved. Smiling teenagers are like that, running off at the slightest thing. I play along with a few words, see Field Quiet out and close the door. Only then do I notice the person on the sofa has woken, staring at me strong. "Who's your cousin's sister?" Her voice is hoarse from the fever, exhausted but still defiant, propping herself up with her hands. "And who's that girl?" "Your new girlfriend. Are you with her to spite me? Or do you really like her?" Her breathing is uneven, her long lashes casting a small shadow on her face, like an abandoned puppy. I look away, avoiding her gaze. Breaking into someone's home is illegal. If you leave now, I won't call the police. But she stubbornly stares at me, standing, asking again, "Is that girl really your new girlfriend? Did you come to Shenzhen for her?" She's exhausted, her small face pale and fragile. I step back, clearing the way to the door, saying, "Yes, I like her a lot. So what you're doing now is seriously disturbing my life. I don't believe you, you're lying." Her eyes are sad, her voice trembling, barely audible. But I just smile, curling my lip at her. "Why would I lie to you? Willow Serene, you don't think you're that important, do you? Girls like you, I hear they cost $5,000 a month at least. I got 3 years for free. I should treat you well for that. Or did you misunderstand? thinking I really cared for you. The person before me pales instantly, her emotions shifting from sadness to disbelief and finally to anger. I stand in the room, watching her stagger out, dragging her suitcase, not even glancing back as she descends the stairs. Then I grab the phone on the table, and the call replied to the message. She's gone, she probably won't come back. The other side replies, instantly heard it all. Thanks for cooperating, brother Summer. The video's been deleted. They attach a statement saying if the video leaks later, they'll take full responsibility and pay a hefty compensation. I don't read it, deleting the chat outright. Then with icy hands and feet I crouch on the floor, covering my face with my hands. I got that message on the road. The sender was Summer Wisdom. He sent me a video, one I thought no one would ever see in my lifetime, capturing a tough, unforgettable past. Back in college, my first part-time job was actually as a receptionist at a KTV. A drunk man told me to guide him to the restroom. Young and inexperienced, I thought he just needed directions. But at the hallway corner, he suddenly lunged, groping me. It was the first time I realized some men could do that to another man. I froze for a moment before snapping out of it, struggling wildly, screaming I'd call the police. Seeing my intense reaction, he sobered up, cursing, damn it. What's with the act, afraid I'll call the cops. Then he threw 5,000 yuan at me, telling me to keep quiet. 5,000 yuan was exactly a year's tuition, enough to let me quit the KTV job confidently. No more night shifts. Enough to keep me from scrambling for tuition for at least a year, taking fewer jobs, allowing me to study properly, strive for scholarships, and find a more comfortable part-time gig. I took the money. On the way back to school, I kept telling myself, guy, it's no big deal. 5 grand's a lot. Consider it a windfall. I'll never go back there. Never see that guy again. But even so, back at the dorm that day, I showered over and over, and for a long time after, whenever I saw a chubby middle-aged man with glasses, I'd feel nauseous instinctively. Knock knock knocks means at the door. I jolt awake, shouting, who's there? Delivery, got a package for you. I opened the door to a guy in a courier uniform, holding a vibrant bouquet of sunflowers. The language of sunflowers is faith, radiance, pride, loyalty, light. A bright symbol of silent love, bold and clear, never wavering, bravely chasing what you want. With the bouquet is a letter, an apology letter handwritten by Willow Serene. Dear, this is a letter I wrote long ago, but I didn't know how to give it to you. I'm sorry. Back then, I didn't want to agree to Summer Joy's plan to get revenge on you. I was young, thoughtless, swayed by her, thinking it was just a prank. I didn't expect it to cause such harm. I thought she was naive and foolish, that there was no need to bully an ordinary person like that. So from the start, when she made the request, I chose to refuse. She begged and pleaded over and over, but I ignored her. Until that night, we'd planned to hang out together. But Summer Joy dragged everyone to the cafe where you worked part-time. She brought people to make trouble. I didn't want to join, just waited in the car. Through the cafe's glass, I saw them yell in your face, deliberately spilling coffee on you. That was the first time I saw you. I thought you'd just take it, like a punching bag used to being bullied. But you didn't. You calmly demanded they pay, not just for cleaning and damages, but for emotional distress too. You said the cafe had cameras that you'd call the police. Summer Joy was stunned, and I was surprised. Surprised that you were nothing like I'd imagined. And I understood why Summer Joy was so fixated on you. Watching from the car, I found it intriguing, until the cafe owner, without caring who was right, chewed you out, and you lost that job. You walked out of the cafe with your head high, like a proud warrior. But in the car, I knew you were deeply hurt. I lowered the window, wanting to ask if you were okay, but you didn't even glance, just walked past. I muttered softly, those jerks. May their instant noodles never have seasoning packets. You were so angry your teeth ground, but you had no intention of giving in. From that moment, I suddenly thought if I pursued you, it might stop Summer Joy from bothering you. That didn't seem bad, so I agreed to her request. hiding my identity to get close to you, to learn about you, because the way you glanced at me sometimes made my heart race. The 3 years we spent together were the happiest of my life, but also the most painful, because I loved you, and because I lied to you, and the longer it went on, the sharper that pain grew. I even fantasized that if this lasted long enough, you and Summer Joy would forget each other, and the lie would fade away. I was wrong again. A lie doesn't vanish with time. The longer it drags, the harder it is to explain, until everything came crashing down, and you learned my true identity. I realized what a foolish mistake I'd made, but I truly know I was wrong. Dear, can you forgive me? Can you give me another chance? Dear, please sign for this. The reminder snaps me back. After signing, I take the bouquet and place it in a corner. The dim, stuffy, rented room seems lit by a ray of light, but my vision blurs with tears, feeling that distant light is further and further out of reach. We were never from the same world. She's a proud heiress, dazzling and radiant, not meant to endure or compromise for anyone. I don't care about that video. It's my past. Not glorious, but it was the best choice I weighed to survive back then. Even if, worst case scenario, that video really got out. In my current situation, it couldn't hurt me anymore. I'm just an ordinary person, not living off social media. If it caused a stir, the company or colleagues might gossip, but I could find another job. In the adult world, reputation and others' opinions matter, but workability and a strong heart are the foundation for standing firm. I'm not afraid of the video leaking. It's just that Summer Wisdom's call reminded me once again, Willow Serene and I were never from the same world. We met in our lowest days, leaning on each other to survive, but in the end we're different. This morning when I got Summer Wisdom's message, I was on the road. My phone buzzed with a new message. Brother Summer, there are things I think you should know. Got time for a call. An unknown number. I thought it was a scam, ignored it, but they quickly sent another. It's about Willow Serene. In Summer Wisdom. I wasn't sure why Summer Wisdom was contacting me, but I found a quiet spot and took the call. He said a lot, claiming my background didn't match Willow Serene's. That a high society marriage was the most stable outcome. Even if I stubbornly stayed with her, I'd only be a third wheel. Most importantly, he told me that back then, after I crossed Summer Joy, her initial revenge plan wasn't simple at all. A spoiled heiress born with a silver spoon, pampered by her family, with money and power, arrogant. After being hit and humiliated, she sealed off the news set on revenge. Just hiring people to dig into me cost a fortune. She spread word that finding my weakness would bring a big reward, and that KTV surveillance clip of me taking the money fell into her hands. Summer Joy was thrilled like she'd struck gold, ready to post the video online, along with my personal info and major, on the school's internal network and forums. Male student sells himself for money, clients same-sex. That was the headline she'd planned, to ruin my reputation, maybe even get me expelled. It was Willow Serene who stopped her, saying she shouldn't destroy someone's life over one mistake. Summer Joy, of course, didn't agree, outright refusing, but with Willow Serene's warning that the person involved could call the police, she'd get in trouble too. Summer Joy grew wary, starting to hesitate about releasing the video, and when she saw girls confessing to Willow Serene, rejected and heartbroken, she got an idea. She sent sister Willow Serene, "Why don't you help me get revenge? Pursue that broke kid. Wait till he falls for you. Then dump him hard. He'll be crushed. I promise if you help me get revenge, I'll do whatever you want after." As Willow Serene said in her heart, she refused at first, but the more Summer Joy pressured me, the more she couldn't bear it, leading to this 3-year revenge play. When Willow Serene truly fell for me, she started stalling. Whenever Summer Joy came pushing, urging her to hurry up, Willow Serene would say, "I don't like him enough yet. I need more time to build feelings." But spring past autumn came, 4 seasons turned 3 full years, and even then Summer Joy sensed something was off. That night was Willow Serene's dad's birthday. She had to go home, Coincidentally, Summer Wisdom was at an event, getting hassled by organizers. Summer Joy, a bad driver, begged Willow Serene to go to the event to support Summer Wisdom, but unexpectedly, in the car, while Summer Joy negotiated with organizers, Willow Serene's striking looks got her secretly filmed. The video hit top trending, and Summer Wisdom's team, disregarding the truth, fanned the flames for clout, making it trend higher. Willow Serene panicked, fearing I'd see the video and misunderstand her relationship with Summer Wisdom, rushing to suppress the trending topic, trying to block the video network-wide. But Summer Joy, in a rare moment of losing her cool, noticed something odd. Confronting Willow Serene, "Who are you suppressing it for? Did you fall for him? So you're dragging your feet on breaking up?" And at that moment, the video shot to the top trending spot. "Sent to me by my foodie friend." Willow Serene was frantic, but in front of Summer Joy, she didn't dare admit it, fearing Summer Joy's recklessness would lead her to me, doing something she shouldn't. So she could only, in front of Summer Joy, propose breaking up with me and bring Summer Joy to meet me, hoping that after the act, Summer Joy would be satisfied and leave me alone. But Summer Wisdom, sharper than Summer Joy, saw through Willow Serene's dilemma and used it to pressure her. The Moo family started with supermarkets, vast wealth and influence, but recent market struggles and the impact of e-commerce have sent their business downhill. To maintain family glory, and with the Moo family's help to pivot their business model, he proposed an engagement to Willow Serene, a business marriage planned for half a year. They didn't need to truly love each other, just maintain the facade of a private engagement. The trump card was that video, and Summer Joy would never bother me again. The KTV surveillance from back then had been wiped clean. Summer Wisdom held the last copy. Willow Serene agreed, but after sorting everything out, she found I'd blocked her, so she could only force herself to focus, playing the part in front of Summer Joy and relatives. Once it was settled, she'd find me to explain everything, but she didn't expect I'd leave so soon. She rarely drank, but during that time she got drunk often. When sober, she'd drive to my old rented apartment, staring at the window where I once lived, until the lights came on. Then it went out, dawn broke, the curtains were drawn, and she finally left. But that night she waited all evening. The light never came on. She thought something happened to me. Rushing upstairs, she learned I'd already gone. The landlord was cleaning the room, rummaging through my leftover belongings, wanting to keep anything useful. The clothes and shoes I bought for her were dragged out, tossed on the floor, scattered in disarray. Her eyes red and teary, she crouched in the room, sobbing uncontrollably. The landlord, startled by her outburst, nearly had the neighbors call the police, but she calmed herself down, telling the landlord she'd buy back the pile of odds and ends and pay extra to rent the room again. This came to light when Summer Joy discovered Willow Serene was missing, went looking for her, and heard it from the landlord's own mouth. On the other end of the phone, Summer Wisdom's voice was calm, low. "Brother Summer, did you know? Willow Serene has always despised me. Despised people like us who, for family businesses, trade their marriages for profit. But for you, because of that video, she still agreed to my demand to be engaged to me. Don't you find it ironic? From a business perspective, Willow Serene and I are the perfect match for a strategic marriage. She's a smart woman, and I don't dislike her. This marriage could foster cooperation between our families. She'd also gain her parents' approval quickly through my family's support, inheriting the family business. She truly loves you, and she's done so much for you." I stood silently in the room, staring at the vibrant sunflowers in the corner. "But you, what have you done for her? What can you do for her? I heard you can't even afford a house now." Yes, I lied. Carefully planned that engagement ceremony, intending to play it straight, thinking that if she had any sense left, she'd see marrying me was the rational choice. But because of you, she lost all reason, disrupted the engagement, not only becoming a laughingstock in our circle, but stubbornly seeking you out to explain, making her family even angrier. An heir who isn't sharp enough, even with blood ties, will lose their inheritance. She's a woman, Inheriting the family legacy is already hard. Brother Summer, do you really want to ruin her? Make her lose everything? I stayed silent for a long time. I didn't want that, couldn't bear it. So I could only keep my cold facade, forcing her to leave. Back to the present. I stared at those flowers for ages. So long my eyes stung, before reluctantly turning off the light. Watching darkness swallow that ray of brightness, everything sank into silence. The days that followed, my spirits were low. Thankfully, the exhibition preparations were in their final stages with brand cars arriving. Relatively easy work. Even if I was distracted all day, I caused no trouble. Each day, I longed to leave work early, to go home and rest. But today, climbing the stairs to my place, I noticed the door next to mine, piled with luggage. Among them, a pink suitcase. The previous tenant moved out last week. Today, a new one moved in. The building's soundproofing is poor. I hope this time the tenant wouldn't be like the last couple arguing at midnight. Thinking this, I couldn't help glancing a few more times. Suddenly, that pink suitcase by the neighbor's door felt strangely familiar. A bad premonition surged in my chest. The next second, someone stepped out from the apartment. White shirt, blue jeans. Long black hair swept to one side, revealing the exquisite beautiful face of Willow Serene. She was about to bend down to grab her things, her presence starkly out of place in this old cramped building. Utterly shocked, I forgot to pull the key I was turning. Why are you still here? Didn't you leave? Willow Serene, hearing this, stood straight, looking directly at me. I was going to leave, but I upset my boyfriend, and he won't come home with me. So I have no choice but to try everything to fix it, until he changes his mind. As she spoke, her eyes never left my face. But hearing her words, I didn't know how to react. Luckily, she didn't wait for my reply, saying, "All right, look at those dark circles. You clearly haven't slept well. Go rest. Once I'm settled, I'll invite you to my housewarming dinner. As a neighbor, of course. Your girlfriend won't mind, right?" Her voice still hoarse from illness, lilted at the end, her beautiful eyes sparkling with a smile, just like when we first met. That day she pedaled after me on her bike, sunlight dancing on her face with a hint of mischief. Her laughter mingled with the breeze. Classmate, reading while walking. Aren't you afraid of hitting a tree? How did I answer that day? I said no, but the next second, distracted by her, I lost focus and nearly crashed into a lamppost. She stopped her bike, standing there laughing at me. Back to now. Willow Serene still looked at me, as if waiting for my response. I suppressed the strange thump in my chest, avoided her gaze, and said coldly, "No need. I don't make friends with strange neighbors. You shouldn't stay here. You should go back to your own world." After noticing my distance, Willow Serene often came knocking for odd reasons, asking where to get Wi-Fi, what to do if the entry card failed, the number for bottled water delivery. It happened more and more. I knew her intentions weren't about those things, so I ignored her or stayed cold, hoping she'd give up. I didn't know if her conflict with her parents was resolved. I had no right to ask, so I could only worry vaguely. But since she moved in, the once dreary hallway grew brighter. The staircase gained a few shelves, adorned with decorations and colorful little dolls. I even noticed by her door on the shoe rack a ceramic pot with a sunflower growing in it, facing the hallway's only small window blooming freely. But that sunflower hadn't been watered in days, slightly wilted. Maybe she'd thought it through and gone home. "What are you thinking about?" Brother Strong, a pat on the shoulder. Snapping back, I saw it was Promise Great. He grinned, eyes crinkling. "Tomorrow's the last day of the car exhibition. Starting the day after we get a break. 5 days straight." Brother Strong, got any plans? Rubbing my neck, I said I'd probably sleep for a full day and night first. Me to monitoring the site at 7 every morning. Even immortals couldn't take it. With the break coming, the team grinding for over a month was visibly excited. The afternoon cleanup wrapped up the event, organizing the site, sorting materials, and taking a group photo to finish. Back home after work, I tossed my bag, collapsed on the bed, too exhausted to care about anything. Dozing off, my phone suddenly rang. It was my foodie friend calling. I remembered he said he'd visit Shenzhen this weekend. Perking up, I answered, "Hey, old song, what day's your flight?" But the voice on the other end was unexpectedly thrilled. "Hold up. Talking about tickets. Have you seen the hot news? Summer Wisdom announced he's quitting showbiz and getting married." Hearing my foodie friend, I sobered up a bit, gripping the phone tighter, asking, "When did this happen?" "A few days ago, someone leaked it." But hardly anyone believed it. Fans were defending him, saying his career's at its peak. No way he'd quit. But just now, his studio officially confirmed, even posted the marriage certificate. Marriage certificate. I echoed those 3 words unconsciously, my emotions tangled. After work, seeing that flower pot, I'd wondered if Shen had really given up and gone back to Beijing. But now, with my guess confirmed, I didn't feel the relief I expected. Instead, a heavy stone seemed to press on my chest, making it hard to breathe. But this was the outcome I wanted. I was cold to her, rejected her outright, to make her leave, return to the world she belonged to. On the other end, my foodie friend kept talking, but I couldn't hear a word. Cutting him off. "Old song, you've got something to handle. I'll call you back later, okay?" "Sure." I just got off work, heading home on the train. "Well, talk when I'm back." Hanging up, the rented room fell silent again. I don't know how long I lay on the bed, watching the light outside the window fade. The gray dusk settled, a bird flew by. Then a knock on the door. "Who's there?" I got up grudgingly to open it. Unexpectedly, through the peephole, I saw Willow Serene. She'd cut her hair short, no longer shielded by long locks, her slender neck accentuating her delicate frame. What's she doing here? Married and still expecting my congratulations. With mixed feelings, I opened the door. She held up a bag of ingredients, waving it in front of me. Her expression casual. "Want to come over for hot pot?" I said I'd treat you after settling in. "No thanks, I don't eat." But she didn't give up. "What, really afraid your girlfriend will get mad?" Her voice still carried a teasing lilt. Even with my patience, I was at my limit. "Willow Serene, what's your deal? You're married now. Stop bothering me." But hearing this, Willow Serene froze. "What did you say, married?" Her bewildered expression seemed genuinely unaware of her marriage to Summer Wisdom. Too tired to argue, I turned to shut the door, but she weak as she was pushed her way in. "Strong, what are you talking about? Besides you, who could I marry? This woman, you repent until the end." I grabbed my phone, opened the hot news, searching for proof to show her. Sure enough, my foodie friend didn't lie. Summer Wisdom quitting showbiz. The hashtag Summer Wisdom married dominated the trending list. I clicked an article, looking for the marriage certificate photo, ready to show Willow Serene. But zooming in, I realized something was off. The woman in the certificate wasn't someone I knew. Looking closer, the name wasn't Willow Serene either. What's going on? I stood stunned, feeling it wasn't worth it. Willow Serene peeked at my phone screen, saw it clearly, and sighed in relief, saying helplessly, "You thought I married Summer Wisdom." I didn't respond. Only now did I realize my foodie friend only said Summer Wisdom got married, but never mentioned if it was to Willow Serene. I jumped to conclusions. Realizing this, I felt unsteady. Willow Serene's eyes curved with a smile, patiently explaining, "Yesterday I went back to Beijing, attended Summer Wisdom's wedding, but more importantly, I told my parents about you, how much you mean to me. I wanted to clear their misunderstandings, so I could openly bring you home. Summer Wisdom only wanted a business marriage. He never liked me before he held my weakness, so I had to play along. Now I've sorted all that out. You said we're from different worlds, that we can't be together, but you forgot the moment I fell for you. I stepped into your world. I love this world and don't want to leave. So can you give me a chance? Don't rush to push me away. If I don't do well enough, kick me out, then it's not too late, right?" Her eyes were gentle yet resolute, stirring an ache in my heart. When I spoke, my voice was thick. "Let me think about it. You're deciding alone. No need to ask your girlfriend." She deliberately emphasized girlfriend, her eyes twinkling with mischief. Then I remembered to push her away before. I lied saying Field Quiet was my girlfriend, but looking at her now, she clearly knew I was lying. When did you figure it out? I couldn't bear to let you be driven away. Wanted to see you one last time. Turns out this place has poor soundproofing. Someone muttering my name in their sleep. Willow Serene laughed brightly, her eyes shining. And that Field Quiet girl, clearly so close to me. But after work, she always left separately from me. I was exposed from the start. But a moment later, I realized something was off. How did she know where Field Quiet was? That's a secret. Her lips curved into a smug smile. Come on, let's eat hot pot first. 9-grid Mandarin duck hot pot. I followed her to her place. But stepping inside, I froze. The house was filled with things far too familiar. Big items like the wardrobe, the mirror. Small ones like house slippers and decorations. All things I'd left for the landlord when I left Beijing. Too much to take. Why were they here? Willow Serene was in the kitchen, skillfully washing vegetables. Sheepishly saying to save money, I had them shipped here. Even this mattress, the one in the rental, was too thin, so I couldn't sleep well. When we moved, I realized shipping a mattress to Shenzhen was too expensive, so I left it behind reluctantly. But Willow Serene brought all this stuff, shipped it all here. The shipping cost must have far exceeded their value. How could that be saving money? Seeing her flushed ears, I didn't call her out, but something's off. She's so rich. Why pretend to be poor back then? Thinking this, I asked outright. Willow Serene coughed, explaining, didn't I brag to my parents that I'm not like those spoiled rich kids? I worked part-time, saved up, and finished college. I even made them freeze my card. Only later did I realize my mistake. Too late to regret. So I gritted my teeth and kept working. You might not believe it, but back then I was really broke. The phone rang, interrupting us. I answered and found it was Field Quiet. The car exhibition was over. The department wanted a celebration dinner, asking when I was free. To arrange a time. I'm free these days. Just let everyone decide. Field Quiet got her answer and hung up quickly. Then I noticed the sound of washing vegetables in the kitchen had stopped. I had peeked from the doorway, eavesdropping. Seeing this, I teased her. Tomorrow I might have to eat with someone else. Before I could finish, she stepped out, smirking triumphantly. Now you have to report to me if you're eating with others. In your heart. I couldn't help laughing. She's someone who, despite all my coldness, always responds with warmth. What's the fun in teasing her? On a sincere summer night, I ate hot pot with Willow Serene. The 9-grid hot pot left her speechless, but she gifted me a balcony full of sunflowers, welcoming me into her world. Field Quiet's side story. My name is Field Quiet. I feel like I'm being followed. After work, as usual, I went to buy groceries. But on the way, there was always a strange sense of being watched. Turning around, I saw no one. What's going on? Could it be a rival company's doing? Securing the car exhibition deal with the government was no small feat. Competitors at our level have been eyeing us for a while. Since the project started, they've caused trouble, stalking, threatening, reporting us all sorts of petty tricks. With less than 2 weeks to the exhibition, I wanted to see what they were up to this time. Thinking this, I changed my mind, skipping the groceries and headed to a nearby tea shop instead. I'd been to this tea shop a few times. No private rooms, tables neatly arranged, with clear glass windows, easy to observe outside. Sure enough, I hadn't sat long when a figure in black, wearing a cap and mask, sneaked a glance through the glass. Judging by the figure, it was a woman, slightly taller than me, with a striking silhouette. But isn't stalking usually a man's job? To avoid alerting her, I pretended not to notice, ordering as usual, acting like I was dining alone, dragging out the time endlessly. After eating, I ordered a pot of tea, sipping while pulling out my laptop to handle unfinished work. Finally, she lost patience and pushed the door open. The waiter approached, asking where she'd sit, but her eyes kept sneaking glances at me as she passed by. Guided by the waiter, I reached out, grabbing her sleeve. She froze, not daring to look back, staring at the floor, demanding, Why are you grabbing me? Only then did I notice her voice was soft, seemingly young. The tension of being caught was palpable, probably just an intern tricked by her boss. I softened my tone. Nothing. Just wanted to share a table with you. She was clearly unhappy, struggling to free her arm. The waiter, confused, chimed in, "Mum, there are plenty of empty tables. You don't need to share." But I hit it off with this lady right away. Want to get to know her a bit. And after following me so long, she should let me know who she is. At those words, she stiffened, lifting her head to look at me. Seconds later, she decisively removed her mask, revealing a youthful, beautiful face, bold brows, bright eyes. The waiter beside her froze, muttering, "Probably a celebrity. No wonder she's so covered up." But I found her vaguely familiar. Not until she calmly sat across from me did I recall where I'd seen her. "You're Strong Summer's cousin, named Willow Serene, right?" She was looking at the menu, but hearing this she looked up slightly annoyed. "Not his cousin." I frowned, recalling that night at Strong Summer's place. The scene at the door. "Then who are you? Why are you following me?" She didn't answer, finished picking her order, waiting for the waiter to leave with the menu, then looked at me asking, "You like Strong Summer, don't you?" I froze. Why are you asking this? At the same time, I asked myself, do I like Strong Summer? Meeting Strong Summer again was actually back in early April. The car exhibition's timing was set, but since the branch was hosting an event of this scale for the first time, we lacked experience. Plus, competitors were sabotaging us, delaying the display plans for partner brands, severely stalling progress. We reported to the Beijing headquarters for solutions. The headquarters was efficient, quickly organizing an online meeting to share expertise. I was in charge of coordinating. All the branch mid and high-level leaders were there. Unexpectedly, when the connection was made, the presenter on the big screen was a young, handsome guy, looking younger than me. His image was so far from expectations that the meeting room buzzed with chatter. I was skeptical too. They said it'd be a seasoned veteran presenting. Why'd they switch to this rookie? Even so, order had to be maintained. I was about to ask everyone to quiet down, assuming the young guy couldn't handle the crowd. But before I could speak, he started. "Let's save time. You all have a lot of questions." His voice was clear, composed, as he opened his prepared slides, completely unfazed, even handling editor who's deliberately tough questions with humble, polite responses. "I don't understand. How does this question relate to the event plan? But I trust. Your question has deeper meaning." Editor who blushed, unable to retort. Hayes, notoriously harsh and petty. We'd all suffered under him. Editor who? Soft laughter rose from the back of the room. The rest of the meeting went remarkably smoothly. I developed a bit of respect for the young man on the screen. After the online meeting, I disconnected the computer and projector, waiting for the office to clear out, packing up to leave for dinner. Unexpectedly, static crackled from the computer, followed by muffled voices. I realized the connection hadn't been fully cut after the meeting. I don't usually shut down my laptop, just closed it earlier. Snapping to attention, I was about to remind the other side to disconnect, but suddenly the voices became clear. He must have been carrying the laptop into a restroom, calling a friend. "Hey, old song, I finally finished that meeting. You don't know how my boss screwed me over. He was too lazy to present. Dumped it on me, said it was just a small group. Turns out it was a huge crowd on the other side. I was scared to death. Seriously, no way. I'm exhausted. Gotta eat a pastry to reward myself." The familiar voice. The calm professional guy was completely different now. Lively, youthful. I didn't want to interrupt, so I shut the laptop off. But after that, as if bewitched, I kept thinking about the guy with such a stark contrast. Gathering my courage, I called a colleague at Beijing headquarters, asking about him. The colleague, sharp as ever, laughed and unwittingly exposed my little crush. Sister Field Hayes got a girlfriend, and they're super close. Hearing that, I was a bit disappointed, but it was expected. In the busy adult world, constant demands and endless meetings, were enough to bury that small spark. In my exhaustion, I nearly forgot him. Until early May, I got word from leadership. With the exhibition nearing, we were short-staffed. Headquarters would send an experienced person to help me complete the project. I immediately wanted to refuse. Short-staffed. We could pull from other departments first. After this busy period, we could hire new people. But now a parachuter. Forget whether they'd adapt to the company's pace. Just fitting in with the higher-ups was tough. The leader mumbled. This guy originally didn't want to come, said Shenzhen was too far. But now, after breaking up with his girlfriend, he agreed. Then I saw the file. A young man with a balanced face in the resume. But I froze in place. His name was Strong Summer too, standing in the leader's office. I couldn't help recalling the past. His clear smile. The hometown accent I caught through the meeting app. Until I saw his old address. I finally remembered. The boy buried in my small-town memories for years. At 12, my parents divorced. I followed my dad back to our hometown. The small town was peaceful, but as expected, it shunned outsiders. I felt that more than anyone. At that age, a slightly different kid always struggled to make friends. So I often wandered alone. But one day in a narrow alley, I was cornered by stray dogs. Too scared to go home, nearly starving when I met him. He saved me, became my first friend, meeting again after so many years. I felt both wonder and emotion, marveling at fate's clever hand, suppressing my feelings. I agreed to the headquarters transfer. The leader thought I was reluctant, promising I wouldn't be shortchanged. But I didn't care. Finally, the day before he arrived came. Originally, Promise Great was set to pick him up at the airport, but his cat was about to give birth, clashing with the schedule. So he took leave. I offered to pick up the flight the next day. Promise Great was surprised I agreed so quickly, whispering to Little Snow. Sister Field, usually so aloof, scored a deal. I smiled to myself knowing I was a bit petty. But when that spark comes, not seizing it would be truly foolish. I went to the airport, met him. He seemed unhappy, greeting me politely but distantly. I tried to make him laugh. He smiled, his guard lowering a bit, but still didn't recognize me. No matter, I wasn't in a rush. Then he officially started work. We became colleagues. The closer we got, the more I saw him as a radiant young man. Every time I recalled giving him candy, his surprised, dazed look, I couldn't help smiling. Suddenly the table in front of me was tapped. I snapped back, hearing the person across repeat her question. Do you like Strong Summer or not? What's it to you? Just answer, do you or don't you? The woman across was fiery, clearly hostile. For some reason, I felt I couldn't lose now, crossing my arms, meeting her gaze. So what if I do? She glared at me annoyed, saying I suggest you give up. He doesn't like your type. Her words made me laugh angrily. Doesn't like my type what he likes yours. Exactly, you guessed it. She took off her cap, looking at me defiantly. Even as a woman, I had to admit she was stunning. I vaguely recalled Promise Great mentioning that Strong Summer was deeply hurt by an ex who cheated on him. Every time he brought her up, his mood soured. Looking at the woman before me with her complex expression, I suddenly had a guess. You're Strong Summer's ex, aren't you? She bristled, slightly indignant. Temporarily his ex. I narrowed my eyes, my tone less gentle. You're already broken up, yet you're bothering him. That's a bit inappropriate. No, I'm not trying to bother him. Then why follow me? To make me back off. So he has to forgive you. My words must hit her sore spot. Her eyes darkened. She bit her lip. After a long pause, she spoke slowly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trouble you. I came today just to confirm. If Hayes really with you, if you two are truly together, and he genuinely likes you, I want to know what kind of person you are. If you're a good person, he'll wish you well and leave immediately. But if you're not together, I need to know what kind of person you are too. I wronged him, and I want to do everything to win him back. So I have to know my rival clearly. She was dead serious, her eyes resolute. Women can tell when another's lying, and I was a bit surprised. I didn't expect her to be so candid, so bold in owning her actions. And she didn't seem like the cheating type. Promise grades info was probably wrong. Probing, I asked, how did you to break up? She looked up, her eyes clearly saying, what's your angle? Sipping her tea, she countered, how did you get Strong Summer's address? Our eyes met, both falling silent. I concluded inwardly, this girl's cautious. A tough opponent. We dragged it out until the tea shop closed. The staff politely urged us to leave, since neither got any info from the other. I was a bit disappointed, suggesting want to find another place to keep talking. She agreed readily, clearly sharing my intent. Leaving the tea shop, I started thinking where to take her. Shenzhen nights don't care about the hour, especially in this area, with a large plaza nearby. Even near midnight, the plaza was lively, food and entertainment stalls stretching endlessly. Occasionally cartoon-themed vehicles passed by, carrying children's laughter. I was checking a review app when someone approached. A girl with flyers, smiling with bright teeth. Two pretty ladies. Our shop just opened. We're holding a balloon popping event. Follow our account, get darts. Join and win prizes. Give it a try. I was about to wave her off, but her enthusiasm was infectious. I looked where she pointed. Not far off, a temporary stage. 3 large dartboards covered in colorful balloons. Next to them, a wall of stuffed animals as prizes. Plenty of people were playing. The top row of prizes was nearly gone. The last one on that row was a bright yellow sunflower plush. I remembered Strong Summer's WeChat avatar. It was that exact plush. If I want it for him, where's the QR code? I want to play. I was still thinking when Willow Serene's voice came from behind. My heart sank with one thought. I can't let her get it first. I quickly scanned the code. We both grabbed darts, got in line. The young promoter was baffled, not understanding why 2 indifferent women suddenly got so eager. 10 darts each. Hit 5 balloons to win a plush, or get a keychain as a consolation. Our target was clearly that last sunflower plush. I felt I'd never thrown darts so seriously in my life. I missed a few, but heaven didn't let me down. I got it first, snagging the plush. Then, Willow Serene glared at me the whole way, eyeing the plush in my hand. Kids want that plush so bad. A grown-up stealing from kids. Winning's only natural. But I was thrilled and happy too. So when we sat down for drinks, both of us were fired up to win, clashing fiercely step for step. We both got drunk, Miss Willow. You're wasted, stop drinking. Though I said that, my tolerance was average, barely holding on. Just do not lose to her first. I'm not drunk. It's just hot in here, my face is a bit red. She was still stubborn, standing to go to the restroom, but she played dirty, sneaking behind me. To steal the plush I hid under my chair. Caught red-handed, she sheepishly returned to her seat. You're quick to react. I couldn't help mocking her. Can't win so you steal. That's pretty low. She lowered her head, guilty, her already red face flushing more. But Strong Summer really likes it, she said. Then she stood abruptly, slamming the table. I'm sorry, I was low. I said fair competition. I shouldn't have tried to steal your plush. Her voice was so loud. People in the bar turned to look. The scene was awkward. But what happened next was even more baffling. Because I stood too, patted her shoulder, and loudly praised, well said. You're not as pretty as me, but your character's top-notch. You're talking nonsense. How am I less pretty? I'm clearly way prettier. Don't believe me? Let's compare. Fine, let's compare. Waking up the next morning, I saw in my phone a video like that. Drunk, oblivious. 2 women on the screen, desperately pulling their faces from the camera. You go first, or my face looks huge. No way, your face is already big. Going first, want help. Passers-by caught in the frame all had amused looks. I clutched my messy hair, collapsing. Drinking caused a disaster. I didn't expect it to be this bad. The only silver lining was we weren't completely crazy. Sending that video to Strong Summer, asking him to judge who's prettier. But I still remember, on the way back supporting each other, she seemed to cry. clearly plastered, but kept repeating. She was truly sorry, hoping for forgiveness. Her voice was sincere, and I was a bit moved, but that didn't mean I'd give up the person I liked. Fair competition is the greatest respect for a rival. So when the exhibition ended and the break came, I called Strong Summer, wanting to ask him to dinner. The call connected, my palms sweaty, but I kept my cool asking, "When are you free? Can we grab a meal together?" "Sure, I'm free these days," he replied cheerfully. But he asked, "Is this the company's celebration dinner? Can I bring a friend?" I panicked, quickly correcting, "Yeah, a celebration for the car exhibition's success. Everyone worked hard. Let's celebrate. I'll have promised great notify you once we set a time." His tone was relaxed, chatting with me a bit, but it was just friendly coworker talk. No hint of a spark. Hanging up, I stood in the hallway staring at the small sunflower pot by Willow Serene's door for a long time. For the first time, I understood winning a game, but losing a lifetime. I couldn't help a bitter smile. Then, I took the sunflower plush from my bag, placed it next to the pot, and turned to head downstairs. No matter trying means no regrets. Giving up without fighting is the real shame. I walked away, my heart lighter than ever.